The world's stage, they said. Warn you, yes, such I can do, but listen, surely leaving it up to you. The other night, stuck at home, my roof caved in. As a golden light beckons me to the call, paralysis struck me while waking from sleeping, my body tight, unsure if I were breathing, and how on its own the fan powered down, and how the noise overcame this sound when the house grew quiet, all alone. A sight from above said to me it all. Yonder it spoke. But heed did you to this call? These times knew which they are, a demon, a rabbi, and a czar. The yellow stars grow cold red, flying flags drawn over dead. Secret dealings taking on behind closed oak doors they fawn, and then the laugh bellowed as the Shia joked to the commie. Quiet how they jest. It was quite the jest. Of course, listen, that is not all. As they throw their own children against the wall, it comes without weeping, cameras pointing, but the DP is not speaking. How they posted all that they did within the web, love proxied, but funded by their brick angry red. And no, they cried no peace, we need this war, this land is ours, no, our own. And the mines in disillusion they did bury, and the bombs, how they were weeping. And they laughed, oh, how they're watching, that their plan, how it's flourishing, the stratagem, how it's working, and their children, oh, how they are dying. But please donate to our cause. All we need, $5, a quid, a euro, applause, and a scruple. But all's good on the yuan and the ruble. And the money from the blind, it's coming, it's seeping, budgets overflowing, lining pockets as they who raise their fists in support are out yelling, we support your cause, said the blind and the stupid. And in the underground bunkers, lined wall to wall, screens and monitors creating it all. It just takes some good editing, some fabrication, some snipping, and they pray to the one God they hold true, and it's always power, and it's always control. On their knees they found a new savior, a useful tool, named artificial, but how so smart, such as sure. And here the bombs burst hitting the doves as shrapnel is raining down like thorns. Babe, would you crucify your own people? Agendas strong-armed in these, building secrets, resistance, how they allied, all under one land, behind the rising sun. And grimacing they smiled and shouted, oh, the injustice, my one and only child. But throughout the rising sun, from the west to waving blue and yellow grains, their tendrils how it's crawling, into schools, homes too, the land of the lawing, and bad actors here in disguise, with those they had been turning, coming, saying in the news such so, hey look, snapping, support your local separating rad cliques and intersecting circles, whether it be black, brown, rainbow, pink, white, and blue, but of course, they had let be snickering. But no, not at you, dearling. Look at us, oh how we hate these whites too. Just remember not to say, oh how we hate our tools, everything they represent and everything that's you. And this, Twin Towers overhearing, and this, Twin Towers shuddering. We just want you dividing, so it's easy conquering. And the evil from within, how they took it in their hand, the priest, the rabbi, and in the mosque, political talking thrown at the wall, and outcry the sound of all the children, but only stopping to let out a laugh as they sit watching. And they continue to move on their gold-crested chess pieces, hoping a king was yet to fall. It did not matter who was weeping, and it did not matter who was weeping. As long as they could play on these war games in the theater and have their fun in our new terrains. Disinformatie, da. Tactics thought up before the thawing, people screaming as they're marching, all chanting, what about me, not about you, oh please, there is no us without the grand big we. These people and all of our friends, at least that's what they told we last night on our story, and I believed all, yes, we and I, for why imply that they would lie? And the sound of the bombs blew up children hospitals, and our friends, they're thrown against the walls. And chess sometimes, if When is what you're seeking? A Trojan gift can be given if you sacrifice the weakling for the strong and feign your deceiving. For it's all there, Sun Tzu wrote in The Art of War. And the yellow stars did they grow, as red flags fly up in houses we no longer believe to be our homes. A worm has been speaking, our people are believing every word imported through the seas, because we hate them, says the expertise, and we don't know why yet, and we don't know it yet. That this hate, how it's the disease. In the heart of man, evil was born, stricken into these lands with the burden of choosing. Free will is ours for the taking, for the freedom to take over the free and hand it over on our knees. Fuck the police. Their slogans fit in these bios of their ABC beliefs. Do you think my heart is made of stone as I weep through the prose of a poem gifted to me from this sight? How I weep alone. And what do I see? I see my land, how it's dying. I see my people too, they are dying, and I see my generation, my peers, my people, as they succumb to the bittersweet, all whom wish they too were dying. And as for their candy that they do snort, inject, shoot up, and also blow, selling their bodies to save their souls, finding pleasure in what is material, and like the birds, I too hear them singing as they're falling, hitting the pavement below, and that's the sound of our children dying. And that's the sound of our children dying. My eyes, oh how they're welling, tears pouring, my feet pacing, and this is what I'm hearing, and this is what I'm seeing, and this is what I heard, and this is what I saw.